Hello and welcome into another edition of the Sun Devil Source 2-Minute Drill alongside site publisher Chris Cartman. I'm your host Mason Kern. Following ASU's Monday practice and Herm Edwards' weekly press conference, and Chris, coaches were talking about the lackluster offensive performance last week in ASU's win over Sacramento State. What did they kind of say in relation to that?
Rob Likens acknowledged that people were booing. He said even he himself was maybe booing to himself, right? Frustrations, understandably. I think ASU understands that they have a big task ahead this week. Their run offense hasn't been good compared to last year, and yet Rob Likens said there's no easy fixes. They're going to try to take a look at the things that they did successfully in the first couple of weeks and try to build off of that moving forward. There's not going to be really any major personnel changes, especially with their offensive line.
Right, and when this team is heading into Michigan State next Saturday, it's their first road game of the season, really big test considering their first two opponents maybe were subpar in terms of the level of talent. I mean, when they're taking on an opponent like this, when coaches have to evaluate last year's performance and kind of try and make changes with the offense and everything, what do they say about that?
Well, the easy part, if there is something that you can rely on, is that you know what Michigan State's going to do.
Right.
They're going to line up and they're going to try to blow you off the football. They're very physical. They're not going to try to trick you with some of their shifts and stuff like that, and they're going to play man coverage, press you up on the perimeter. So Jaden Daniels is going to have to be successful. They're going to have to get the ball out quickly. If he's holding it in the pocket, that's going to be a problem. Maybe move the pocket, try to do some things creatively, get the ball to Benjamin in the passing game. That's worked effectively. They're just going to have to try to figure out things that they can do to sustain drives.
Right, and I know in last week's victory, Jarrett Bell went down, didn't return. Stephen Miller got banged up a little bit. What's the injury update in the status?
Well, both Jarrett Bell and Stephen Miller practiced fully today, it appeared to us. We only got 3 periods, but they were doing everything. A couple other guys that we've been monitoring. Curtis Hodges hasn't practiced at this point in the season, and he's looking like he's getting closer to being ready. Jordan Porter, wide receiver, questionable, I would say, for Michigan State. I think he was targeting this week coming back, but we are not able to report that he's practicing based upon our observations.
Right. Well, once again, ASU takes on Michigan State this coming Saturday in their first road game of the season. But right now, for site publisher Chris Cartman, I'm Mason Kern. This has been a Sun Devil Source 2-Minute Drill.